See, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. We see that when apostles and elders are great, most and well teachers of apostles and truth, and we see all the teachers so the accumulated pushing within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season and season. We say Shalom. Once again, going into our video here, and it's basically touching upon, this situation at hand. Now, yesterday, me and some other brothers did a video going into going into how this LGBT stuff that they're promoting and they're putting out, and how it infecting the children to the fact where these children from an early ages of 6, 7, 11, our brothers showed us told us about a situation with some little kids, around that age, how they're doing these things, right? They're in it, they fully, like, even from a young age, the things that they're talking about and so forth, that they're fully committed. And this is to show you how we live in really and truly in an evil world, right? To the fact where these children are contaminated with what? With wickedness, with they're consumed in this abundance of evil that's being done, right? Because these little children, right? They be online every single day. They're on the phone, they're on the tablets, they're on the computer, they may be on the game, but mostly things that they will be on the internet on. But if you watch the content they are consuming, it's things that are just literally evil. Things that are literally teaching them to be off, to make them go down that wrong path. And the parents, they're not training the children in the right way, right? They're not training the children in the right way. So the children are literally being trained from the things they're seeing on the internet. While this child is on the internet, the mother, I know the mother doing, she watching some madness. She watching some madness online as well. Some sort of evil. The father, he may not be wrong, and all these things. This is the society that we're living in, right? Now, before I go into this one particular scenario here, I would like to bring out that scripture, right? I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6, right? It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So it's such an important thing to train up your child. And how you're supposed to train a child is in the right way. Now you're living in a place where a parent can't even do these things towards the children. You understand? You're telling your own child how the right way, teaching them the right way, and you would literally you could go into prison for that. With the amount of laws that governments worldwide are passing, that a parent can't teach a child, whatever particular law, where as a law or something that they wanted to pass, right? Where if the child states that if the child born a male, right, but the child want to be a female, if you as a parent don't accept it, the child could literally be taken away from you. Now, it has some other states that are against it, but the point is that is how wicked this place is. That your own child, a child not supposed to be ruling over you. You are the parent, right? But in this place, they want the child to rule over you. That the fact where every child say, well, mommy or daddy, I know I'm a girl, but I want to be a boy. You have to accept that. But the scripture tells us what? Proverbs 22 verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So when he reaches that age, right, he will not depart from that way you teach him to be. And this is one of the reasons why you're seeing plenty of these majority of these children going astray, because they are not being trained up in the right way. What it is really training them, what it is really teaching them, is the internet. They are being consumed by what it is they are consuming on a daily basis. Let's put that in a different way. They are being taught by what it is they're consuming on a daily basis. And if you watch the content, if you watch the videos, the streams that these children are watching, it's just literally dog shit. They're watching other streamers scream and act like an idiot, and they with that, they thinking that is the right way because why? Some streamers might have 100,000 people watching. The majority of the people, right? And they would think that everybody, with all these people, that is the right way to go. And the parents, they themselves, these modern day parents, they're not correcting the children, because whatever wickedness that a child do, they accepting it. And if someone is coming to correct the child, you wrong, right? You wrong. Let me go to our next scripture here. Go to our next scripture. You know what? Before I go into this next scripture, you know what? Let me go into this here. So so this person that shared the post that I saw this morning, he himself is also a streamer, right? Now he's been speaking out against the LGBT. He's been speaking out against them, that they're not good and all this sort of stuff. You know what this be? And what they try to do over the period of time, obviously, hey, with this place, they'll try to cancel him, right? He recently had a child from, because I did a video on it a little while ago. He recently had a child, and with having a child, you get to realize that the stuff that's been put outside there is literally going to make his child become, evil. to put it into that context, right? And he started speaking against certain things. He don't want them to teach his child these things and so on. Now with this, he basically shared this information today because he was obviously with that he's a big figure in the streaming world. So they wanted to cancel him because he was speaking out against same-sex marriages and so forth. So he shared this. He said, so this is Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast has been messaging a male minor starting when the minor was around 13 and Tyson was 20. The two constantly joked inappropriately with each other about hentai addiction, sending suggestive pics, etc. They confirmed meet up together when the minor was 16. So as this situation here, I saw the I can't remember if I did a video on it, but it's someone that used to be Mr. Beast and a man, and he so-called turned himself into a woman, that thing, and now he's been caught messaging minors and so forth. Now watch how wicked this one particular thing is, right? So let's go down here. Someone posted this. He does this to his own son, not surprised. And when is literally him, that same Chris person, putting his son in a woman's shoes, a woman's shoes. And he put Tucker choose to slay this morning. So you see, hey, what it is you feel going to come from evil? You feel good could come from wickedness? No. Wickedness is going to come from wickedness. So these people who changing themselves into the different sex and all these sort of things and love that LGBT stuff, that is wickedness. That is evil. Right? That is evil. And with that, what you feel it is going to come from that? You feel anything good is going to come from that? No. And no, they want to make your child consume that. Right? Consume those things. So the child himself, because again, as I said before, majority of the parents, they're not training the children. Is the internet bringing up these kids, right? Right? So let me bring the script here. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus. The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, and I'll read from verse 1. It says, he that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. And such an important thing of correcting a child. It's the same way we as the Lord's children, he will chastise us. And because why? Because he wants us to be in the right path. It's the same way you would do the same for your son. If your son misbehaving, thinking, hey, the scripture speak it fair. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end, because now he would know, hey, if you do something wrong, you receive a particular judgment for it. But we living in this place where the children doing a whole set of madness, and the parents even want to correct them. Oh, that, you know what they talk? That my son. That my son. Don't worry about that. He a child. He's a child. He's a child. And then, Esau passed the laws that you can't correct a child and so forth and so on. Right? So, going back into the Ecclesiasticus chapter 30 verse 2, it says, he that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. Because majority, you see it now with these parents. They don't even find joy in the child, because the child has no discipline, they're disrespectful, and these things, and that brings shame. That way, it say, he that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, because your child gonna know right from wrong. The child gonna know it's not to misbehave. The child will know that, hey, and so forth. Because if they don't, you know what they know what they would receive for that, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. It says verse 3, it says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. And that is such an important verse, because it says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. That is a reason why Esau take full control away from parents teaching their kids, or correcting the kids and all these things, because they know if you teach your child will grow up to be in a particular way, the way that you want them to be. But if they do that, they have control of the child, right? So that is the reason why. I shouldn't say that is one of the many reasons why they just want to do these things, to take away that you teaching a child and so forth, because they want to teach your child, carry them down that path. Because in the latter end, when the child get older, he would accept anything they bring, because that is how he grew up, and that is what he grew up learning. So you see, he that teaches his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Right there, and before your friends you go rejoice, because your son what? Hey, your son or your daughter in the right way. Your son is not a killer, he's not a murderer, he ain't listening to all this shit stuff, he not in this LGBT stuff, he not doing these things, right? You have to rejoice in that. Your daughter is now who she now, she not into that kind of thing and so forth. You find joy in that. But watch this. You understand what is this? Just to show you the kind of wickedness that is being done. A man turning himself into a woman one time, wrong. And then going on here, he have a child. So you can imagine how his child is going to be brought up, because you're already posting pictures, right? With him putting on shoes and sandals, woman shoes and sandals on his child, and Bolin Tucker choose to slay this morning. This is sure wickedest places, and such an important thing that you don't watch over your child. You have to train a child, right? It says verse 4, it says, though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself, right? So even though the father might die, right? Even though the father might die, and that's just to show you too as well. You notice it's talking about a father and a son, a father and a child, because when majority of this woman, they're gone. Majority of this woman, they're gone. You understand? A woman is accept any and every single thing when it comes to it. Hey. So let me continue. It says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself. Yeah, so sometimes you might be in midst, and when someone see someone of age, I sure people experience this already, where one of your father friends, or you're around someone of an older age saw them and was like, hey, you're just like your father, you're a good thing. Because why? He kept the teachings he was instilled with, He kept that from his father, and he ended up becoming as good, right? So it's basically the same thing. So when your father died, he leave himself here. But no, watch this. This is our father teaching his son to do what? To wear on woman clothes, woman stuff. So you know what? You know basically what it is going to happen here, right? So it's while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. So yeah, when the father lived, he rejoiced, he happy that my son he doing good things, right? So when he died, he didn't even trouble because you know what? He leave back a good child. And it's such an important thing that you train a child. An important thing that you train a child. Right? See verse 6, he say, he left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. Yeah, he left behind him an avenger against his enemies. Man, see all the things here, talking about how it is you're supposed to, importance of being in a child life, teaching a child, and teaching them the right way as well. And we know the right way will be teaching them in what? In the Lord. Nothing else. Nothing else. But being in the Lord. Right? Because what hey, when you watch some of these videos, right, that you see online, these women have their little daughter dressing like big women. This is the kind of madness going on outside here. The child can't even be a child because they want the child to be a big woman. And they want the son to be like a big man. Right? Right? So yeah. So it's such an important thing to grow a child up in the right way. Such a very important thing because you don't want to end up like this. And again, you don't watch if you have a child, you don't watch the things that these people are feeding them. These people are teaching them. You understand? What it is they consuming, what it is they watching. Because I promise you, if you go and watch some of the things these children are watching, it's total madness. You know, total wickedness on a grand scale as well. On a grand scale as well. And these children, they consuming it. Like our brother said yesterday, you know, these children and things, they vaping and things. You know, there are videos of children vaping. They didn't even reach our age yet. From young, so you can understand this generation coming up. How wicked they're going to be. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4. It says here, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nature and admonition of the Lord. And this to show you how important it is that they bring a child up in that way, in the admonition of the Lord. And that is what I mentioned before. The right way to train a child is in the way of who? The Lord. That is the proper way. Right? And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath. Provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nature and admonition of the Lord. And so it's such an important thing, bringing up a child in the way of the Lord. Because these children, they don't even know God. These children don't even want to hear a script, they don't need to hear a verse, but play a rap song, play a dancehall, play a soca, play some sort of wickedness. You know, they know it heart by heart. You know, I went somewhere recently, right? And the little children that was around, it have a song. I know majority will hear the song because it's a worldwide hit. A hit and run, right? something about a hit and run. If you hit and run, something along those lines. I know the song too proper. I know the song, but I know the lyrics to it. But I know that verse that because I mentioned it plenty times in videos. And the little children, when they heard that song, they were singing it. They're singing it loud. Yeah, and where was that? Oh, I went to check someone, right? And music was playing. So I think somebody was passing and that song was playing or something along those lines, and boom, the children started singing. I was like, I hope all they know all they work so. There's something our parents, our people who over us would have told us. I hope you know it work so. And we at my younger age, if we were singing them songs, we get licks. We used to get beat. No, they don't even have that. They don't even have that. These children back talking their parents and so on, just living in that type of generation, right? But as the scriptures say, it say, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nature and admonition of the Lord. Right? Such an important thing. Such an important thing, growing up a child in the way of the Lord. Because again, the enemy, they have things set out for these children to make them consume it, eat it like food. The kind of wickedness that going on. I might even do a part 2 to this and go into some of the comments to hear what some of these people have to say, and so forth. But with that, we give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yehoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say that when apostles and elders are great most and we will teach us our apostles in the truth. And we say salutations, so the Akamas repetition with on truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and a constantly in season and season we say, Shalom.